next winter storm underway here, really stretching from Arkansas all the way up into Michigan. Now, this one isn't as cold as the last ones have been. There is some Arctic air still locked in place, which is why we're getting this wintry precipitation. But you can see the warm, moist air pumping in from the Gulf of Mexico. And what this is allowing for is freezing rain in the areas. So you've got a shallow layer of cold Arctic air locked in place. You have warm, moist air overrunning that. And that's causing the precipitation in the upper parts of the atmosphere to fall as rain. And it doesn't have time to freeze until it hits the ground. It freezes on contact. So that's what's causing the freezing rain in these areas. And if I look at St. Louis, they've been reporting some freezing rain, freezing drizzle this morning. You can get a good sense of how to use WX Horizon. So I'm just going back to when the precipitation started earlier this morning. You can see exactly when it's expected to start. So in this case, around 3:30, 4 a.m. Eastern time, so 2:30, 3 a.m. Central time. And you can see when the conditions on the roadway are going to be the worst. So between around 2:30 a.m. Central time and all the way to about noon this afternoon Central time for the area. And then at that point, you can see that the surface temperatures start to rise above freezing. So any of that precipitation will just be falling as rain at that point, and it will be melting on contact. So a good sense of when you need to be prepared to get out and treat the roads, how long you need to have a crew out there doing it, and how much material you need to put down based on those pavement temperatures and how they're fluctuating. This whole system will continue to bring precipitation. It's going to come in two waves. This is the first wave this morning. And then the second wave will occur later tonight and tomorrow. You see a lot of green on the map. There will be areas, especially up here in the Chicago area, southern Wisconsin, Michigan, that will start as really a wintry mess, a wintry mix of snow, sleet, freezing rain, and plain rain. So we don't think there'll be a whole lot of issues on the roadway because of that, because pavement temperatures will elevate throughout the day. You can see tomorrow morning, there are still areas where pavement temperatures in the red here are below freezing or just around freezing in the orange. But as we move throughout the day, you can see how those pavement temperatures begin to climb. So things will improve as we go into the afternoon and the evening hours tomorrow as some of that warm air filters in. I'll take it back here for a second to look at parts of Ohio and Pennsylvania. Same kind of deal. Pavement temperatures are above freezing. Going into tomorrow morning, there could be some initial freezing rain, sleet, or a mix initially, but that will pretty quickly change over to rain. And in most of these areas, pavement temperatures are going to be hovering right around freezing, if not slightly above freezing. So really what you would need to worry about here are the bridges and overpasses, at least initially until that warm air filters into the area. In northeastern Ohio, it's going to be a little bit more of a longer event before the changeover to rain because we've got some more cold air locked in place here. So even by tomorrow at around 10:30 Eastern, we still have a few locations that pavement temperatures are predicted to be below freezing. But then once we get into the afternoon hours, they warm up here and they go above freezing. So it's not a long duration event by any means, and pavement temperatures are going to be marginal at best in a lot of these areas. Really the time to watch for in the upper Midwest and Ohio Valley is later tonight and early tomorrow morning. By tomorrow afternoon, there should be some warmer air, some natural melting occurring. So by then, everything should be in the clear.